Good? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I see a lot of familiar faces that were in the previous class, but before we get rolling and introduce the course, etc., could I see a show of hands, please, for folks that were here for the first class, Course F on Intro to Web Development? There you go. All right, welcome back. Again, welcome to the 2012 Symposium of the New Jersey Burglar and Fire Alarm Association. My name is Andrew Young. I'm from Core & More Technologies. We're a developer of websites. We develop internet marketing strategies and website development is what we specialize in. Joining me today is Matty Jazran. He's one of our business development managers in the back. And welcome to Course G on Web Marketing. For those folks that were here in the previous session, we started to dovetail onto a lot of the questions that we're going to hopefully answer in the context of this course. Question? Okay. In the last class, we ended up, it was great dialogue, and we certainly want to be engaged. We want everything to be interactive. We ended up with about 10 slides left, and we still had a long way to go with 10 minutes. Hopefully we'll get it a little bit more streamlined this time, but I do not want to discourage anyone from asking questions in the context of the presentation. So again, feel free to raise your hand. I might need to accelerate things along though, so we can make sure that we cover everything in a timely fashion. Question?
Can you make a reference to putting a link on the website for the package, because not everybody got copies?
Oh, correct, right.
And they made them too small. So
we've gotten some feedback that the PowerPoint slides that have been handed out are a little bit unreadable. We're going to create on the Core & More Technologies website within the next 48 hours a link so you'll be able to download the presentation. Okay? And we'll make that available to you guys. And again, feel free to visit us at our booth, booth 51. The trade show is going to kick off just about right at the same time that this course completes. So with that said, we have a lot of great material, a lot of fun stuff. Marketing is fun. Using Google is fun. Google is huge, and we love to use their services and products. What we're going to talk about today is the value proposition to start things out. Why do I want to market over the internet? What is the value? What's available to me? Also, we're going to go into a deeper dive on search engine optimization, pay-per-click marketing, and social media marketing. And to recap on that, we do not talk a lot about affiliate marketing or email marketing because it's been our experience that we have not found a lot of value in email marketing and other forms of affiliate marketing. That's been our experience. And please, again, stop by the booth later. If you've had good experience with either of those approaches, I'd love to hear about them and understand how you did it. And then we're going to get into an action plan. You know, now that we have this good information, how do I take that and put it into action? What are some of the guidelines? You know, what do I have available to target my audience to the best of my ability to get to the people that are going to be interested in the products, the services, and what it is that I'm selling, what I have to offer. And how do I measure that success? Because, you know, I mentioned it a little bit in the previous course. It can be very easy to generate traffic to your site, especially through the Google AdWords platform, their paid search marketing platform. But that doesn't mean that traffic is converting into revenue. And at the end of the day, your website is, at least for most, your storefront. And if they're not purchasing your products online, then they're submitting information or they're picking up the phone and they're calling one of your sales representatives to connect with you, and ultimately it will lead to revenue. So this shouldn't be a bridge to nowhere. Your web investment, you know, you should be able to measure the yield on that investment. So we're going to go into some of the ways that you would perhaps go about doing that. And then we're going to finish it up with a case study for one of our clients out in California and a brief summary. So, why market over the web? Well, we had touched upon this slide a little bit in the previous session, but we didn't actually show this. The opportunity is enormous. 57% of those that are initiating a product search use a search engine to do so. So nearly 6 out of 10 people that are looking for, initiating their procurement process are leveraging the internet to do so. Now, If we look at this a little bit closer, I know it's a little bit difficult to see. 18% research at a retailer, and that's about the only one that's conducting business offline to find people. In other words, what we can read this as, while 57% start with a search engine, overall, it's 82% that are using the web to find the goods and the services that you offer. They're either using Twitter, other social media sites, or connecting with friends, because what we found is, and I think everyone knows, at the end of the day, social media, the real value of it is you're getting recommendations from people that you trust, from people that you know. And there is no better form of marketing than to get people that like your products, that like your services, to tell their friends about it, to recommend it. That's the most powerful form of web marketing there is. And we're going to get into what Google is doing to get out in front of that now. They're kind of playing catch up, not like them, but they are playing catch up with the product that's called Google+, and we're going to touch upon that. Now, of that 57% that are using a search engine to find what it is that they're looking for, I think our battery's dying here. 84% use Google. 84%. So of that 57%, of that nearly 6 out of 10 people globally that are using a search engine to initiate the procurement process, 8 out of 10, 84%, are using Google to do so. Now I should mention here, you know, we're calling out Bing and Yahoo separately. Bing and Yahoo results are one and the same. Microsoft, I don't believe that Microsoft acquired Yahoo. I think it fell through. But I know that the search engine results between those two separate entities are assimilated. So if I search on a term, mass notification, for example, on Bing, I'm going to see the same results as if I searched on the same term on Yahoo. They're integrated. And even with that integration, they're still way behind Google. Google, it's the greatest relevance engine in human history. So when you add in the concept I kind of started to allude to a little bit before with social marketing, but not directly, when you add in interspace marketing, the reach and the power is unprecedented. The broad brush of television commercials has been replaced with the fine art of contextual targeting, and we're going to get into what that is in a little bit more detail. And the fine art of contextual targeting has been enabled by this dominant market share that Google has and the amount of people that use the search engine, you know, to find the products that they're looking for. Any questions? So, what is internet marketing all about? For a long time, internet marketing was about, let me just see how I can go about generating revenue. And that's still what it's all about. At the end of the day, your internet marketing strategy is going to be fueled by one of two things. It's going to be about brand promotion, or it's going to be about direct response, or a little bit of the two. In either case, your goal is going to be adding value to your customers to the extent that they're sold. They come to your website, or they call your folks, and they speak to someone, and then the sales process begins. That's as far as we could take it from the internet marketing end. Our success ends where the sales team's success begins, right? So we got to work integrally. But it's all about adding value. There's a number of things that are going on with respect to the internet right now, where there's a lot of mistrust. A lot of people are, you know, it's getting to the point now where, you know, people don't trust the results they're seeing on the internet as much as they once did. And we're going to get into that a little bit more in the next slide. That's why I wanted to toggle up and make sure it was the next slide. So it's really all about adding value. And what I mean by that is, just to define it a little bit further, it's content. It's all about content. The better your content is, the more value you're adding to the internet. It's a simple equation, guys. The higher your rankings will be on Google. Their algorithms are smart enough to detect the relevance of your content. It's gotten to that point. It is that sophisticated. And with some of the tools that we're going to talk about, especially with respect to organic search engine optimization, we're going to gain hopefully and pass on a better understanding of how you can optimize your content, while at the same time not losing value for the human visitor to your website. Because your website should never be about just optimizing for search engine rankings and high visibility. It should be about adding value to the market and providing people with more information by which to make decisions, informed decisions, about what the best products or services are to meet their needs. And that's what Google is trying to accomplish through the constant and ongoing renovations and modifications to their search engine algorithms. And we're going to touch on that a little bit more with the Panda algorithm update in a later slide. It's also big time about social engagement, and the reference that I'm going to use to kind of make to illuminate that is Digg. Digg is a website that set up a few years ago, and what it is, it's a massive news aggregator. Has anyone used Digg? It's a D-I-G-G, check it out. It's a massive news aggregator that people use. They go in and they vote on an article. And the more votes that that article has, the higher it becomes in the rankings on a daily basis for leading news articles. So what they've done basically is they've said, in response to the mass media telling us the news that they think is the most relevant to us, Digg's approach to it is, well, you know what? We're going to give control to the masses. We're going to allow them to determine what the most relevant news of the day is. It's pretty cool. Similar with the sharing of content and information from your website. You can pay all that you want to pay through paid search promotions. You can optimize your website, and Google can see it as being relevant. But that still doesn't mean that the masses are going to consider it relevant. Social engagement, the law of attraction, is what social media is all about. And to just finish that thought off, it's an inverse relationship.